Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of The Testing Room, where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex, aka I'm pretty sure I'm being punked by the people at Xfinity.
I am Christian, aka Xfinity, Comcast, all the other subsidiaries are trash companies.
I am Preston, aka Funkadelic Jedi, aka I've been with Spectrum for way too long and they also suck.
So look, like I've told you guys about the Xfinity thing every day other than the weekend for the past 2 weeks. I've gotten a work will be completed in your area. First it was like October 1st. Work will be completed in your neighborhood. We're enhancing the thing to like multi-gigabit upload and download, whatever. Your network will go down. Nothing ever happened day one. Hey, we couldn't complete the work. We'll be out there at an undetermined but like a future determined time. And then next morning I wake up, hey, we're going to be starting work in your area. Nothing happened 2 days in a row. Then the weekend happens.
Are you though?
Weekend happens. Nothing comes through on Monday. No text message. Network goes down. 20 minutes after the network goes down, we're in your area performing updates. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm walking the dogs. No, that day they were in the area, the network went down. They didn't finish it, though, so they said they'd be back the next day. They were back the next day. The internet went down again. Then they were outside of my house, and I'm like, hey, what you guys doing over there? And they're like, oh, just fixing the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, are you putting fiber in? They're like, no. And I was like, just fiber to the nodes? They're like, yeah, we're putting fiber to the nodes or enhancing these solenoids or whatever out here. And I was like, well, is it going to help my download speed? Or my upload speed? And they're like, yeah, your upload should be like 1.25. And I'm like, 1.25 gig up? Like, that would be dope, because I have a 2 down. 1.25 up. Well, it would be incredible. I know, it's like, that'd be incredible. So that day, I went inside, because supposedly they finished the work at my house. I went inside, I was by the router, I ran a quick Wi-Fi speed test, and I was getting like 900 down and 700 up. And over Wi-Fi, that's good. Like, if I were... I was like, I'm probably at a gig down, a gig up if I were to go over and plug it in, but like I'm too fucking lazy to do that, so I don't care that much. But it's sweet, right? And then I got another message where like, we'll be in your area tomorrow, and then they weren't. And then the next day, we'll be in your area tomorrow. Unfortunately, the weather, blah blah, and they weren't. And then we got one today, and they weren't, because it rained. We had one yesterday, and they didn't come out because it rained. I thought my stuff was done, because the dude was like working on shit across my house. So by this point, I literally think I've just pissed off Xfinity enough through my general work, what I do on a day-to-day, and everybody knows how much I hate them, that someone is just fucking with me. Like, they set up an AI auto response feed to just send like me and probably other people they hate just messages every day just to do it. So.
I mean, more than likely, it's just like they have a giant geographical like area they are going. Yeah. Even if they're 4 streets away from you, it's like, hey, we're in your area, and then
yeah. But I don't know. I haven't tested it. I will probably... Allie will be gone this weekend, and I'll probably get my 150-foot Ethernet cable out and run it up to the office and see what I'm getting up and down. Because, like, down was already over a gig. But if up gets there, too, like, boys, we're talking. Like, I'm upgrading my network. I'm going to go ahead and run stuff to the office. Like, we're doing it. But they got to make it worth it. So we'll see. We'll see what I get this weekend when I try.
Okay. Man, that's wild. Sometimes somebody says something and you just realize whatever life of privilege that you've lived for so long. And for the last like 5 years, I've had that download and upload. Mm-hmm. Luckily, all of them outside of the last place that I lived where it was through a major company, but all of them have been through like local smaller companies that don't charge me that much and just kind of do it. And it's like, man, it's pretty all right.
I mean, you guys know, like, I've had gigabit since we lived in St. Louis. Like, I had AT&T up and down. And in Florida, we built that house. We ran Cat 6E to every room in the house, and it was great. And then I moved here to Atlanta.
In Palmetto Bugs.
I moved to Atlanta, and it's like, yeah, your option's Xfinity. It's like, can I get anybody else? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, what do you have? And they're like, you have gigabit quality speeds. And I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. What do I have? Like,
you just said nothing to me.
I know, and they're like, oh, well, you get like a gig down. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but with my work, I do a lot of stuff that I have to share out. We do SharePoints and other stuff. Like, upload's more important to me, right? Like, for what I do. What is that? And they're like, 40 meg. It's like, I'm sorry, come again? Like,
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, did you say 40 meg? They're like, yeah, right now it's going to be like a gig down, 40 meg up. It's like, what internet is that?
Fucking
like,
trash.
What is that?
Barely send a fucking email.
So stupid.
So last year, we've been here for 3 years. Last year, it went from 40 meg to 300, and then within like 2 months, they did like legit network upgrades outside, and went 300 to
jump
something more.
40 to 300. Did it feel like you were like when the first caveman discovered fire?
I walked outside, just like yelling at this guy, "Jesus wept!" So anyway, we are back with another episode. We have, of course, two coming at you this week. We have part 2 of our Metal Gear Solid 4 playthrough. We'll talk about that, but as always, as we kick our episodes off,
Many updates on that front, by the way. Tune in. Many updates on that front.
Many.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on. My wife does not listen to this podcast, at least this far in, as long as we've been doing it, so I can talk freely. But yeah, we'll do that.
I am not
before
bound
we
by
get
the
there,
shackles of marriage.
but before we get there, we'll stop by Preston's comment corner, see what's going on over there.
Yeah, the one place not shackled by marriage. So let's get into it. All right, so we didn't get any comments this past week, but I did miss one from the week prior because I figured out that YouTube, my community page, normally does it by most relevant by default and not newest. So I apologize, Tori, but I missed your final part comment of Rise of the Tomb Raider. There we go. Hey guys, I want to start by apologizing for the delay in posting this. Apologize for the delay in reading this. The past few weeks have been hectic. Let's begin with a quick challenge. Can anyone identify the lie among these statements? Laura is an inconsiderate friend. Jonah is not a great listener at all. Pretty sure it's a trick question. Frankly, these two do not need to be friends. Laura seems to get Jonah...
I was like, both of those things are true.
I know. Laura seems to get Jonah into near-death experiences, while Jonah struggles to recognize when it's time to head home. Christian, by the end of the game, I lost the desire to collect every item. I'm glad someone else noticed the Stigmata lore, which, in my opinion, deserved a full cutscene. 1000% agree.
Mm-hmm. It's infuriating.
I mean, they keep on like showing the camera to it. I'm like, we gonna talk about this? We gonna talk about this? Nope. Okay. What Anna did to her brother and the way she manipulated him was truly wild. Girl was crazy. Correct. I appreciate games that present meaningful challenges from point A to point B, provided those challenges make sense. For instance, the trebuchets in this game felt unnecessary. Laura consistently finds alternate ways into almost every location, so burning down gates and attracting attention seemed pointless. This is just another example of Laura acting recklessly in the open instead of using stealth. As for my fight with Constantine, I shared Preston's annoyance at not being able to use ice picks to finish him off. Right before the cutscene explaining Trinity's role in Laura's father's death, I threw a can at Constantine. When the cutscene ended, the animation showed him reacting to the can I had thrown moments earlier, even though the can was now missing. And it killed him. So I never got to the choice sequence like everyone else. So I guess the can decided for her whether or not she's going to kill Constantine or not. Overall, I found the ending a bit lackluster. It tried to build up to something epic, but ultimately felt just okay. In my opinion, the ending of the first game in this trilogy was much more satisfying. Despite its flaws, I really enjoy the game. It has a foundation to be excellent, but poor execution in several areas held it back. I might be viewing it with rose-tinted glasses, having never played the Uncharted or Indiana Jones games for comparison. However, compared to detective games I love, like the Batman Arkham series, this game fell short. It tried to deliver too much, and the story didn't flow well. And it gave you things to do just to give you things to do that did not connect with the game. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's not something I would go back and want to play again. But I did enjoy playing it and did have fun. One last thing. Why does Laura use radios without earpieces? Having a radio go off when you're sneaking around is a surefire way to alert everyone in your presence. Laura is like the classic case of extremely book smart, but has no common sense. Till next game, Tori.
Yeah, there was a lot there. Like, Laura and Jonah are toxic for each other. They really are. Like, they need... Jonah needs to go find better friends, and Laura needs therapy. Like, just a hard stop. The trebuchets thing is funny. Honestly, like, the Prophet and everything down there should predate trebuchets, given how old he is, but, you know, whatever. And then the ending is tough. Like, I think we all agree the ending was a bit lackluster and so on. It is the middle of a trilogy, so I forget how Trinity comes into play and if they do that in a satisfying way in Shadows. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back and just play that game and see what it does. Maybe it does finish off better, but yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be the next game you pick.
I mean, if you're gonna roll your eyes, it might very well be.
No, I agree with I think Tori's review is totally fair. I don't know. There is some frustrating things about that game, and with Laura but the ending there, she said, where she was like, they just tried to deliver too much. Is really it was just trying to be too much of all of these little different things, and instead succeeded at nothing. So
yeah, I agree.
Here's the comment corner.
We had another comment technically
Did we? And real quick,
that I want to bring it.
I wanted to mention something about the last week. So we mentioned the EA buyout. I didn't realize the level of buyout that it was. It is the biggest buyout period in world's history, and not only that, it's $55+ billion.
Billion, insane number.
20 billion of that was on a loan that EA is on the hook for. So EA has, after they were bought, with the money that were used to buy them, they have to pay back 20 billion of that. I'm like, holy shit! I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think that was allowed. Wowie.
Hey, when you're rolling with billions, dude, you don't play against the same rules that regular people do.
What's funny is their annual revenue was 7 billion, right? So that's assuming that they're able to do the same, maybe a little bit more, because you want to grow, right? Maybe a little bit more, but with all the negative press and the other stuff you're going to do, but like even to maintain that 7 billion clip, that's bunches of years, guys. Right. That's bunches of years of profit to pay that off. Like, and mind you, that's revenue, not net profit. Yeah. So there's still like costs wrapped up in that revenue.
No, Alex, no, because if you cut and fire every single person there, and then use AI to shoot out bullshit, and then just have a person come in and correct all the little edges and then ship it, well, now your costs are basically zero.
Facts. Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them. In a lighter note, the comment that I had was, so Jake messaged us. I'm saying this because there's a little bit of a self-report at the end that I know is going to make Jake mad, and I'm sure it'll make other people mad too. Okay. But
these are my favorite.
So Jake texted us in the group chat about the hot take that I had, that I thought that Gwen Stefani and Fergie were basically the same person, and they were just not interchangeable in my head. And I was thinking about it on the way home from work, because I was like, oh, right, yeah, I'll make sure to bring that up, since I don't think Jake actually put that on the YouTube. I said to myself, like, I was like, oh, yeah, and then I'll mention that I said, in my mind, they're just both mediocre white women, so who cares? But then I thought, as like a funny joke, I was like, oh, and then I'll add, like, I don't care that one of them is married to Chad Kroger or whatever the fuck. And then I thought, oops, that's a different
Avril
person.
Lavigne.
It's Avril Lavigne, and it's somebody else.
I don't even think that's true ananymore, but yeah, I think.
And I was like, oops, that's just somebody else that I also think is the fucking same.
Christian has blonde pop star blindness. They all look the same.
I don't know, dude. And so but that happened, and I was like, okay, well, now I have to bring this up and say that, because I'm sure that'll get people going. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gwen Stefani is the easiest way to remember which is which. Gwen Stefani did not pee her pants on stage, and Fergie did pee her pants on stage.
So I
think
actually
that
reminded
is-
myself. So
that
this
is-
was, again, I had this take for like ages ago. This was very like we were in St. Louis still when this happened.
I mean, that's the last
I-
time Fergie was relevant, so that makes sense.
I currently remember the difference between them by saying that Fergie was responsible for one of the worst national anthems that I've ever heard. Through the NBA. Yeah, so that's how I remember them now. But I did not know about the peeing her pants live. That's wild.
I think it's speculation. She says sweat, but it looks very much like pee. If you go look at photos from back in the day.
I'm not going to. I'll just take your word for it.
I'm not gonna
But
search that. That's something that
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
I mean, that was like a moment. We're not gonna get in danger if you search that. Like, you're not gonna get weird shit. It's like that was in newspapers and all over the place. That
I'm not
was
worried about getting weird shit.
early internet. Oh, we know you're not worried about getting weird
Yeah,
shit.
I just don't care
Yeah.
to see it, so I'm just not going.
But Preston's like, but anytime I am looking for weird shit, trust your boy is
Better
looking.
believe I ain't worried about it.
I don't know. Like, back in the day, I gave Gwen Stefani credit for being like at least a little leader in her weird like pop ska
I would
genre
probably
that
like
they had
her
for a
music
while.
more if you take Black Eyed Peas out of Fergie's like portfolio.
Well, I was gonna say No Doubt was fun.
Yeah,
So I give her
I
No
agree.
Doubt, right? Like that was
Some
a
of the
moment.
other Avril Lavigne ones are fun.
But,
as a
like-
kid. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring Avril Lavigne up. I was just gonna say the two. But like,
Okay, yeah. Just,
you can never you can never separate Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. Like, I'm sure she had her own solo stuff. I know it's really terrible.
It's just not what she's known for, and it's better with Black Eyed Peas. It's
I
like some
mean,
food.
I argue,
Sometimes you need
arguable,
to have,
arguably, like, and I
Yeah,
would argue
I
that
would
it's
agree.
not better with the Black
I don't
Eyed
think
Peas.
you would need to
They're
argue.
terrible. So yeah, so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they all suck, so it doesn't matter. But
No doubt was
Doubt's
good
pretty
way
fun,
back
yeah.
in the day. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that for you, and you can you can listen to that to your heart's content.
So these are the moments right here where Christian,
separates
where I
himself
know,
from
yes, I know you bitch, all we're the same age and blah 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 blah. But like these are the moments where Preston and I
shut the fuck up.
where
No,
Preston and I
no,
fall over the
absolutely not.
line.
Right.
Yep.
No, because this is the same person who looked me dead in my fucking face and tried to tell me about how My Chemical Romance is this fucking monolithic
Yeah,
thing that
but-
can never
but that's
be back.
because-
And then
that's
you were
because I like to
so
fuck with you
incredibly
about- that's because-
wrong.
That's because
wrong.
that's because I like to fuck with you when it comes to like Mudvayne and all that, like that sort of like metal, quote unquote. But no doubt was a moment.
Was legit.
I'm
No
not, I'm
doubt
not
was
saying
legit.
that it wasn't a
No
moment.
doubt was
I'm
legit.
not. But that's like saying like, okay, so something that is younger than all of us, but like Justin Bieber was a moment. But I don't catch either of you being like, fucking, you should respect. No, because it's not, you don't care for it, and so it doesn't matter. I understand that what, Preston?
I don't think any of us here. I'm gonna retract that. I don't think any of us here has ever enjoyed Bieber, or anyone. of our
No, but that doesn't
generation,
mean that he
of
wasn't a
our-
moment.
Yeah, but No Doubt was actually good.
No, that's your opinion. Look,
No.
look,
You're
dude.
not wrong,
Look,
yeah.
we said it before. Your favorite band of all time is Tool, but I would rather put a gun in my mouth than listen to more than 2 minutes of a Tool song. And that's not disrespect.
It's not even a whole
It's just
song,
I don't like
That
it.
was a little bit of
It's not
disrespect.
even a whole
You were
song.
very.
It wasn't. It's just, but also,
Disrespect.
but also, I'm not asking you guys. Like, look, there's plenty of bands that I like listening to, and you guys don't like them.
very
That's
upset.
okay.
That's why we do it.
But I'm not saying No Doubt wasn't a moment. No Doubt was huge. I know.
Doubt.
I was there, but I'm just saying I didn't care for it. Just like I didn't care for tons of music back then. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Anyway, was that both comments? Because Preston, you said you had something, and Christian, you had something. Was that
the Fergie?
Okay.
Swanning talk, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I know Jake is coming for my
God, out of our
ass
system.
on this next one.
So, all right. So let's get into our weeks. Who wants to kick things off with that?
We all kind of had big weeks, so.
I had a fairly big
There's
week.
a lot of cross-pollination, too, so we can kind of double up on some of these games.
Okay, I'll go first.
Sure.
Where do I start? Let's start with the
Your
thing
spooky
that
game.
kicked it. Oh, okay. Let's start there. So I played more of Resident Evil. It's awful.
3.
I was gonna say it's Resident Evil 3 : thanks I hate it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's awful. There was a part. So like, the thing that's frustrating me as a don't like spoopy gamer person is, and I've already run into this problem, right? Where like, I learned early on that if you walk into a room and there's a dead body, sometimes they're dead, sometimes they're not dead. It's always fun to like pop another cap, just in case. Because Christian told me, like, oh, well, you know, it's a virus and the virus isn't activated yet. So like, sometimes they're going to pop back up, be like, blah, blah, I'm going to eat you, right? So like, I get it, I learned. But then there was this guy in the police station, okay? There's a guy that's been dead in the police station the whole time I walked in. It's not in the police station, sorry. It's by one of the save points in, like, the subway area. Either way, he's been dead the whole time. So I walked in there. I shoot him every time. Doesn't move. Sir, you're dead. There was another Zombo in there that was live that I did kill. And I got, like, the death animation. Like, rah, right? He falls over. Okay. I've been there 4 or 5 times. Every time, dead guy that didn't get up when I shoot him. Dead guy that I killed, right? We're good. So I progress in the story. I get to like the second boss fighting Nemesis. Some stuff happens, right? Where like the virus tends to kind of like evolve even more a little bit. And then I go back in this station or this area, and the guy that I keep shooting is finally up. And that's fine. Because like I've been shooting at you every time I walk in here. Like I knew this was a matter of time before you would get up. So I killed him. My problem was, when I walked out the door and I saw that guy, the other dead Zombo that I shot was now just gone. But I don't know why he was gone. Did he disappear?
You mean like
because
the old one that you
that I did fight and kill the first time?
I mean, it's probably just. I mean, it's not an in-universe reason, it's a technical reason. They probably just despawned the body because you've loaded more assets since then.
Maybe.
No, I'm
But-
not. This is not.
but for somebody-
I'm not,
but for
this isn't-
somebody
I'm
that
not
doesn't like-
positing to you. I'm telling
Right.
you.
But for somebody that's like spoopy games, I don't know.
You saw that, you're
because
like, "Oh, I
you've
don't like that.
already
I don't
tricked
like
me bunches of times.
Gotta be somewhere
right?
else.
So it's scary. And there are times where I feel good, like fighting the Nemesis boss the first time. In the boss fight, I'm running around, I'm dodging, and I'm rolling, I'm shooting. Like, that felt good. But then there's other times where he's just chasing you around the streets, and he's fast, and I can't run, and that feels bad. So, and not like bad in a technical sense. The game plays flawlessly, like, it is very well designed. But as somebody that's like scary games, it makes my blood pressure very high the whole time. Like, the whole time. I know with you guys, like, I would talk about how high my blood pressure was and, like, how hard some areas were. Every time I've played that game so far, have been sweating through my shirt. Like, legitimately. I hate it. I mean,
That's why we do this.
It's
entertaining for us.
it's one of those weird things where, like, when I'm driving home, I could be like, oh, maybe later I want to play some Resident Evil. But then, like, I sit down in front of my computer and go, no, I don't want to play that right now. Or, like, I actually do get the nerve to play it, and the whole time, I hate it. So, it's kind of like a weird Stockholm Syndrome right now. We'll see how I feel at the end. I got to the part where, I guess if you're playing by acts, even though the game doesn't break up that way, I'm no longer Jill. I am now, what's the guy's
Carlos.
name? Carlos, thank you. I'm now Carlos. and I was running through the... Now I'm officially in the police station. Now I really hate it because there's a lot more angry zombos in a smaller, tighter quarter area. So that's worse. But yeah, that's the first game I played. Of course, I played some Rematch. Of course, I played some Trails in the Sky.
I own that now, by the way. We need to play.
Rematch?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Faux show, my dog. I will show you the ropes and
Arf,
how I am
arf.
very mediocre at that game. So then I had something interesting happen. And we can talk about it now, I guess, because...
Bring it up.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it now. So, we played last week's book club game, and I had one of my preserved copies working on the Steam Deck. Apparently, this is not an exact science, right? It's kind of one of those things where, like, sometimes the game feels like it wants
It's
to work.
one of the
and other times
12% of
doesn't.
games that they're still actively working on. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, I had a preserved copy emulating on my Steam Deck. It was very exciting. But I wanted to play it on my PC for better performance because it wasn't so great. So we tried to put it on my PC, and it didn't work. My preserved copy, just nothing would do it. I changed all kinds of settings. I did all kinds of different stuff. It didn't work. So...
And you've got a vapor chamber.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think it was made to work with the newer hardware. So then I was like, well, let me go back to the PC, or the Steam Deck, and let me see if I can put a better preserved copy of mine onto the Steam Deck that'll run better.
Lucky that you owned multiple of these and you thought so far ahead. Yeah.
I did. It is good. It is good. And unfortunately, it didn't run better. It broke it. It just broke it. It broke it. It broke it all. And it was unplayable. And like it wouldn't launch.
Probably some way with the way you dumped it. It's hard, you know.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, let me go back to my old preserved copy that did work.
Right.
And it now also just doesn't work for reasons unknown. So Preston watched the playthrough last week, and Christian was like, just watch it. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I've nearly played this whole fucking catalog of games this crazy person has made.
We had multiple options, right? It was either watch it or because it was still working. I did get it working on my machine and it was working perfectly. It was like, hey, should we maybe, because we've done that before in other book clubs, right? Where we've said like, hey, let's all hop on. I don't remember what game we did that for, but we did it for one of them. Where we just watched.
We did it for last year's Halloween game when you played. And we've done it for others.
Yes, yeah, we did it that way, but I know we've done it before, but either way,
Maybe.
yes.
Either way, the answer to that was still no. So I got on GameStop's website and I was like, how much can PS3s be? And PS3s are not terrible.
He woke up and he said, power to the players. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was like $130. And I was about to do it. I was not opposed in doing it. And then a hero among men stepped up. One of the few people that are still helping.
Background, Preston.
One of the few people that are still helping Mark Zuck get his Zuck bucks, and said, "Well, why don't you check Facebook Marketplace?" I said, "You know, Travis,
Fines there.
no, I'm not going to do that because I have to reactivate."
And
And he goes, you know what? I'll do it for you. And he started sending me Facebook Marketplace stuff that was like $60 for the console and everything else. I'm like, that's way better.
And yeah.
It's way better than 120. So I now found myself a wonderfully working PS3 Slim
boy.
with two controllers, a controller charger, power cord, HDMI cable, as well as 10 games.
Yeah.
A few of them are sports, but the non-sports games
Bundle.
are Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Killzone 3, Burnout Paradise, Street Fighter 4, and then, of course, the one game I actually needed, Metal Gear Solid 4.
It's a good chunk.
So, it was great, and we'll get into the gameplay of that later. I did play that this week in the original way that she played, because once I duped my other preserved copies, I just broke those discs. They were no longer working, so now
There's
I
no
have a
reason to
new
keep
disc.
them, right? Yeah, you only
I
need one.
thought there was
space.
no reason to keep them. Stupid. So we're there. However, that took me down a different rabbit hole this week, which was going, I have a lot of my old games on my Steam Deck. I have a ton of Game Boy Advanced games. I have a ton of everything else. I have like 450, as a matter of fact.
This massive collection that you've owned, by the way, yes.
Over decades, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have these Xbox games from back in the day, and I have these my Switch games because I was getting rid of my Switch, and I wanted to preserve them. And I was like, but I've never gotten the emulators to work. And I was like, well, fuck that. That is the next 2 days project. And I got both of them working.
Nice.
And boys, I don't know how to list what I've played. I've played everything from Halo to Doom to a Leisure Suit Larry that was on the Xbox to like some BMX games and Skate. Of course, I've tried my copies.
Triple X BMX. We know it, Preston.
Yeah.
I do have that on the PS. That's on the PS2, but that's always worked. The PS2 one's always worked. But I also had a chance to dabble in Mario Tennis Aces. I had a chance to dabble in Mario RPG. I had a chance to dabble in the new Zelda game where you play as Zelda, and those are all like dabble. But the one I actually put a little bit of time to on top of all of that was Metroid Dread. So I've really enjoyed that so far. But I've played so much stuff recently between my new PS3 and getting my preserve shit working finally that I've set forever. Yeah, that's that. It was a lot. I can't even list all the games that I hopped into. Jade Empire was there. Fable was there.
Before you move on, Preston's been getting a lot of FOMO because A, y'all are playing the game without me. I'm just watching some joker on YouTube play it. But B, I've been thinking a lot about trading in that Xbox Series S. So my way of doing Metal Gear Solid 4 may change after this week. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I saw you do it. I'm like, man, fuck. And I'm watching this like, man, I want to play the fucking game. And Gotch is talking about his iPod and shit like that in the game. And this guy's not doing fucking any of that. Yeah. This guy's just going pro and just doing normal shit. I'm like, this is not fun. This is not fun to watch this fucking this goddamn game.
Tune in to the book club this week. I had the funniest situation happen with the fucking iPod. It's crazy too. Like it's very unfortunate rebuying the stuff that you had. Like I had all of this like a decade plus ago, and
PlayStation 3
traded in to get a 4 or whatever. It's stupid, but it's crazy when I picked up that PlayStation 3 controller. One, the battery life was incredible. I mean, like it was off the charts
comparatively from 4 and 5. Fuck yeah,
yeah. Incredible, which was nuts, but also like it's so lightweight and easy to hold. Like it just
nothing
all
in
that
it.
fucking shit in it. Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No motion,
crazy,
no gyros,
crazy.
no fucking
I will say, from a controller perspective, I do like the heft of the PS5 controller. I just wish that heft could still be there with the battery life.
Let me turn off a whole bunch of shit in that controller. Yeah.
This is my favorite controller of a modern console. I don't know why. It just fits my hand perfectly. The PS5,
Look,
I feel like I have to stretch for it.
Yeah, PS5 is mine.
Yeah. I will say this for controller stuff. Whoever's looking for like sort of a marriage of both things here, but like the 8-bit dough.
Yeah, 8-bit does what
dude. I do have one of those. That's on my
and
Steam
it has the
legit.
extra buttons that you can program and shit like to do that stuff. Dude, it's I've heard people talk about that company for a very long time. I snagged one in here just to have it, and I was like, oh damn, all the hype was for real. Like they're making good stuff. So yeah, it's very good. I would like to say, as originally it was the lone PS3 delegation member on this podcast, I just want to welcome you officially into the fold. Your membership card is in the mail. You will be getting it. So there's that. But welcome to the ranks. You're in here.
I told Christian, I was like, I think I'm going to do something stupid. And he's like, what? And before I even told him, I knew, like, well, he's not going to talk me out of it.
No, he's not.
So
we are the last two people who's going to talk you out of doing something retro. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true.
man,
I didn't think
and
about
honestly,
it. I'm
dude,
on a retro journey now, guys.
You
There we
are.
Here's the
go.
thing.
You got some games.
It's interesting how
Yeah.
it's interesting. I was thinking about this, and I was like, the PS3/360 generation, like both of those consoles, to be fair, are like that is the last generation of consoles that I actually care about owning.
Yeah,
Like, the PS5 is nice because it has backwards compatibility with PS4, so that's great. I probably won't get rid of it whenever whatever the next thing is,
It's
potentially.
a 4K player for streaming and stuff like that. Like it's a nice device,
Right, like,
period.
so there's that, but like, there is nothing on this earth that could convince me to go and get a PS4 or an original Xbox One, right? Like, because I was starting to think about it, and I'm like, this now. Again, we shouted it out last week, so we don't need to go over it again. But that website that Preston used for the Does It Play, where you can make sure that the game is actually on the disc. But the PS4 and Xbox One generation was like the first generation where there's a ton, like a good number of games that that aren't just on disc, and you can't play them and whatever. And there is a part of the sort of like collection journey, right, like between all that stuff, that just sort of kills the idea for that, where you're just like, I'm okay,
There's a
like,
couple
I'm
of
not
them that
gonna
you might think that you maybe want to have just on the shelf that like the mainstays, but other than that, no, I'm just.
And even then, right, like, it's just okay, I'll just keep my PlayStation 5 and do that. And honestly, like, with the crazier news about Xbox this week and all the shit they're doing, like, it just makes it so you're like, yeah, I'm just cool with never owning any of that stuff. Like, but it's also. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I got a couple Xbox games. That's why I keep my Xbox One S, just because that's like it's backward compatible, so I can plug it in whenever I want and play any of those Xbox games that I have on my shelf. That's nice to have. But like the Series stuff, like it doesn't have a disc drive in my Series S. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not playing any games on it with you guys. I'm not playing any games on it with anybody else. Like there's no reason for me to have that.
And it's crazy too, because like you have these things like
And
I
they
don't
just
know.
raised the price. So everyone's raised the price, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that actually that the Series S is up to like $599 now, which is crazy because
so the Series S is
launched at
$599.
Look it up before we start
$399.
tossing numbers out here. Yeah.
so that's raised price. Game Pass is raised price, and you no longer get discounts on your new games. And did you see they've also made it to where some of the non-premium tiers no longer get the day one games. It's just sometime within the first year.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. What a way to just and look, like I said, I think that it's just full on. What they're doing is they are pushing people to a services that they just want to be a publisher.
Series S, 1 terabyte, $449. Xbox
Oh my
Series
God.
X is $599. It's a 1 terabyte.
Yeah, $599 for that, which is wild considering that it was. We could have gotten it, back when it launched, for cheap. We did get it for cheaper than that. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've had this fun journey recently of like, there's a not really retro game store. They're a huge bookstore, but they sell games and comics and collector figures and everything. But they have a big video game collection. And I was looking the other day on the shelf, and like, there's so many great games that I can get now, like the Mass Effects. The Arkham series is a great one. Like, I have my old copies of Arkham preserved, but they don't play as well, so I could just pick up Arkham City and Arkham.
$5-10, maybe $20.
$5.
A rare one. But yeah.
They had tons of them on the shelf the other day before I decided to make this purchase. I was just looking to see what they had. So it's all kinds of stuff. I played Uncharted 2 and 3, but I don't recall 1, so like I could pick 1 now and now have the whole collection over here. Well, I'm very excited.
It's one of these, and like, I know this is obviously like a newer journey that you're taking, but like with the retro thing, like there is something, like it's one of those things where, like a lot of times, like if you go back to a nostalgia based thing, right, or you're like trying to go backwards, like it usually, there's always a hint of like rose tinted glasses, right, where you're always like, I'm doing like, I can recognize that there's X, Y, and Z that's wrong with this, but I just like it and it's fun. It brings me joy and blah, 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 right? Like, whatever. But as a whole, like, I think especially now in the, like, slow video game crash that we found ourselves in, like, no, actually, it's better. Like, you go back sometimes, like, you know this because you just went through the PS3 thing, so I'm just going to put it out there. Flaws and all of that process, but, like, booting that thing up, seeing the old cross-media bar, and you're like, actually, this is better. This is a better experience. And then you put the fucking game in, and then it does the install thing, it works, and then there's, like, a big to-do about the whole thing. Like, you put it in, and then he's fucking like we talked about it in the playthrough, but he's smoking the cigarette, and it's going through, and it's loading, and you fucking can hear, like, the low hum of, like, the PS3 just fucking getting after it and doing these things. Like, you're like, no, actually, there isn't that actually this much nostalgia here. In fact, I'm like, oh man, it used to be better. And I'm having more fun doing this. And I'll go even as far as like, dude, you know, the fucking, like, I'm the only one who has this thing. It was because of the insane gift. But, like, the fucking Sega Nomad. Like, dude, even just the physical, like, ka-chunk when you fucking put something in, do it, boot up, and, like, it play, but it's just there and everything's cool. But then also having the, like, everything is firing the way that it's supposed to based on the game that's built, right? So, like, you're not even from, like, and this is something that there are things out there that work to try to fix, but it's never still like 100%. But, like, there is a certain amount of loss that you have when you go back to play, like, let's say, for instance, like, just an example of something that I played on it, like Sonic Spinball, right? On like, if you did, like, an emulator, right? Like, Preston, you know this because we've had a lot of these, like, older retro things. And Alex, when you get your retro analog thing for the N64, you'll see a lot of this because they're the ones that are doing the work to try to, like, that spend the time to actually reverse engineer a lot of that stuff. But there's a difference between, like, hearing those sounds from those games, like the soundtrack, sound effects, all of that. There's a difference about hearing how it comes out, how it's supposed to be, versus what can be, like, emulated through, like, you know, virtual hardware or whatever. And there is just a lot of times where you're just like, oh yeah, no, like, this is just better. Like, not, and look, all credit to the ease of use for virtual emulation stuff. Like, sometimes it's just easier to be like, I just want to fucking play this really fast and, like, you know, whatever. Like, there's always going to be space for that. And there's some games that are just straight up lost to time, and that's your only option. You have to go do it that way, right?
Or
so not like taking away from that
actual retro copy of it.
Right. So you have to do what you have to do in those scenarios. But for the most part, like, if you get a chance to, like, actually go and play it the way that it was supposed to be played, and I mean, like, from the PS3 to 360 and 360 generation backwards, you really do just come away from the experience being like, I'm happier right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It played better than my preserved copy. The cutscenes are smoother. I don't have audio clipping. In fact, you know, because of PS3 in this game, it's coming through in, like, Dolby, right? And I have a nice soundbar and sound system, so then it's just booming.
Yeah.
But no floating guns, none of that. No, it's a great experience, and I am happy that I'm not watching it. Because, like, again, we have now, like, because of this, Christian has essentially made us play nearly his whole catalog of games. And, like, I, on myself, play Death Stranding. The Death Stranding 2 is, like, it, right? So, you know, I just didn't want to watch
there's some
it.
extra,
Like,
there's some, like, side Metal Gear games and some other stuff.
Sure,
yes.
I get it. But yes, but, like...
You're right,
you know,
though. You mostly I mean, you are on the other side of it, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't want to watch, so I wanted to experience. These games are so wild. And we've talked about every one.
Especially some of the reveals
so
that happen in this act, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bonkers. So, anyway, that's my week.
Okay.
Lots of dabbling, lots of playing, lots of stuff.
Love a dabble.
Yeah.
Christian, you
want to go next?
in the book club?
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. So, I played a couple things. I'll save. I'm gonna go out of order here, because the last game that I'll end on is the one that Preston and I played together. That will go into his. Okay, so spooky game, Silent Hill 2. Been playing that Silent Hill 2 remake. I felt as though, because I played for a nice chunk of time, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta be moving and grooving, vibing and sliding, but I'm not. I'm like maybe halfway, maybe.
Are you
20-hour
serious?
game,
Real,
isn't it?
bro.
You're like 8 hours
real.
into this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close to
I mean,
20 hours, I thought.
I'll just tell you. I think I might even be more than that. Let me
Yeah,
look.
hard to beat.
I probably watched it for 8 hours.
Yeah, 10.
I mean, I told you when you were in the apartment, I was like, how long is this? I said, is this where the
I didn't
game
look.
takes place? Because you were in there for so long.
So right, yeah, and then I did the hospital section, and I was like, okay, I mean, maybe like, and so I got out of there, and then I was like, okay, how long am I at? And it was like, I'm in the upside down version of the hospital now.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
And for people who've played this and know, but I'm like just creeping into the halfway mark, and I was like, damn, like I was not prepared. So
At what point, because you play more spooky games than us, like at what point with horror survival games do you hit a point of diminishing return? Because like that, I like that Resident Evil's short, because if it was too long, I would be like, okay, it's kind of lost the effect.
So that's the thing, right? And that's the balance that people usually have to try to figure out. So, and it depends, right? Because something like, for example, like Alan Wake 2 is not short. That's a bigger game. However, they break up a lot of the spookier sections, right? With tons of investigation, lore, you're piecing things together, you're trying to figure things out, right? So it ends up, by the end of it, you don't feel as though, like, you've been going on a ride for too long, right? Like, you want to get let off, right? Because there's all these things that you're still trying to piece together, and then interspersed inside that is these quick action-y, like, fucking freak out, you know? But before that, it's, you know, so they get a nice marriage there. And something like Resident Evil, Alex, to your point about the game you're playing, if that game went on for 20 hours, I would be like, enough. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be that long. So, yeah, I don't know how much, maybe some of those other sections that I saw, like, maybe they go by faster, right? Like, I don't actually know. But this game is very tense so far, and if it's like you're gonna be this tense for like 25 fucking hours, I'm like, Jesus,
I just
dude,
looked
this
up how
is
long to beat. Do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
So the main is about 16 hours. Main plus sides is about 18. I'm sure
Fuck.
completionist is probably close to 20.
Goddamn. All right. Well, then there it is. I don't know. We'll see,
Yeah,
man. But
literally
like,
halfway. Yeah.
It's tense for you watching, and like you aren't as bothered by these games, and even you have come into scenes you'd be like, oh god, like what are we doing? You know, like
I got a
Yeah.
couple times,
Yeah.
man. Like, yeah, this one, they definitely have some jump scare stuff. Yeah. So I'll just get into that for that game. So like right now, from a let's say like an art design perspective, it is solid. It is very good. Like, enemies are freaky. The whole like every single nook and cranny of the game just oozes like spookiness. Like, it's
Sometimes
very like
Oozes.
yeah. Sometimes literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Preston, Alex. You went on for that part, but we got some goop action that happened, and Preston was there for it. It yeah. So there's that. And from a gameplay perspective, I like it. Like, I think that James controls just fine. It makes sense the way that he's like sort of lumbers around or whatever, and his, you know, he's wavy with the pistol and like all that fun jazz like from those games. So I'm down with that. Cool. The only I hesitate to say negative because I don't know how it is. So, but my only like thing that I'm taking away from it right now is I genuinely do not know what the fuck is going on in this game. So, like, from a story perspective, I get it, right? Like, it's, you start out and your wife's been dead for 3 years, and you get a letter from her out of the blue saying that she's hanging out in Silent Hill and she's waiting for you, and then so you show up, and from minute one, from there, that's what you got, right? And it is, like, I do not understand James as a character. I don't understand, like, he does not make mention of anything that is happening outside of some few moments that, like, as I've gotten closer, but like, or closer to like where I'm at in the game now. But like, when the first monster shows up, it does not even face him. There's not like a, what the fuck was that? Or like, what's going on here? What's going on in this town? No. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe this, you know, back in the, like, I kind of was like, you know, oh, well, maybe they just didn't, like, you know, take myself back to the older game, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, actually, never mind. The game that Alex is playing right now is around the same time, like, its original was around the same time as its original. And Alex, you can attest to this. Jill constantly comments about what the fuck is happening all the fucking time. Yep. And so it's like, okay, so no, that's weird. Okay, so I don't understand why that's happening. And then, like, when he does meet other people, it never comes up. Like, he's like, I don't, like, he doesn't ever say, like, yo, did you see, or like, have you guys been seeing the fucking only leg monster people, or the random, like, people in stripper heels or whatever that are, like, in body bags and throwing up everywhere? Do you know? That's weird, huh? Like, no one says anything. And then, like,
the most egregious to me was your Pyramid Head fight, the second one, where Pyramid Head just leaves and James doesn't even acknowledge. He just goes about his day.
So there's that, but then also, like, from a just from the main goal of the game, like, when you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Mary or whatever, like, your wife, like, in the beginning, you don't, like, all the objectives that you're doing where it's like, go to the, like, I have to go to the record store and then get this thing to solve this, blah, blah, blah. There's no reason that James should even be heading there in the first place. Like, you just go, and then it's just like, oh, I guess I'll try to open this jukebox thing, and you're like, but why? What does this have to do with you and Mary? Why am I even here? Right? Like, for instance, just another example comparing, because, and to be honest, they are, like, contemporaries, but, like, in Resident Evil 3, like, they're looking for civilians, and to get the train to leave, they have to return power to the subway station. So then Jill out loud says, I'm going to go to the subway, or the transformer, and turn the power back on. And then it comes across, turn the power back on at the power station. And then Alex goes, as the person who's playing, goes, I guess I'm heading to the power station to go turn the power back on. And it's like, but I'm, like, the only thing that I have in the letter from from Mary is, like, I'm at our special place. And then James says verbatim, I don't understand what the fuck that could mean. This whole town was our special place. And then it's just like, from there, nothing. And so you're like, okay. And then you start going around. Now, all of that being said, I am still keeping a very open mind and keeping, like, because this game is held in, like, some of the highest regards for spooky games ever, right? And there's a reason they picked this one to be remade. I am convinced that by the end, there's no way that there isn't going to be a reason for all of this. So I'm sure that there will be. I'm just saying, as somebody who knows nothing about it, these are just where I'm at right now. So they're very well, at the end of this, I could be like, that would be it, right? Like, maybe this is all fucking like, who knows, right? Like, they were dead the whole time. Not like that, but you know what I mean. I don't think that's what it's going to be, but I'm just saying it could be something like that. So there's that, but otherwise, like, I am still very interested in playing it. It's still very fun, and from a horror game perspective, it's very scary. I have got multiple times, like, by random things. There was one. Preston saw this one. I didn't have a camera on, but, like, I was at the hospital, and it's right as I'm going to like the upside down version of the hospital. I think they call it the other world in this game. But I was I was up on this rooftop, and I was like, I had solved all these puzzles, and I'm just like, I've killed all the enemies here, yada yada yada. And I'm like in this little area, and it's like, oh, turn this and like look at this note or whatever, and I'm like, I guess that must be it in here. Okay, well maybe I missed something on the roof, and I go to turn around, just not even. I was just totally in autopilot mode. Door swings open, and it immediately cuts to a cutscene of me getting grabbed by my throat from Pyramid Head, but it's like instant, and I literally was like, Jesus Christ, like I just jumped, like it just scared the shit out of me. So it was very good. But yeah, so I'm still super into it. And I'm excited to see where it goes, and I want to be like proven wrong, I guess, in a sense, but even though I don't like I'm positive there's going to be something that happens, but I'm just like, there has to be a reason. Like, there's no way that this is. But again, like I mentioned this to Alex, but like we've had this thought with like what was the game that everybody loves that we all hated? Beyond Good and Evil,
Beyond Good and
right?
Evil?
Like as we were playing it, we were like, I mean, there's just no way that this. And then like if we finished the game, we were like, oh, I guess that was actually just it, right? So who knows, right? But like, I don't think that will be the case. I think that I'll come back here after I finished it and be like,
Yeah. I know some things about that. I don't know everything about it, but I have a feeling that they will answer things, but I think it'll be vague enough to where you're just like, that's still silly that they didn't do this or they didn't do that. But we'll see. I don't know 100%.
yeah, we'll see. So I know that there's a lot of mental stuff with that game, so I'm sure there'll be some stuff there. So we'll see. And then I continue to chip away at Trails, although I haven't played that much, mostly just because we've had all of this other stuff going on during spooky season.
Same.
The autumn sale was going on, so your boy went and cleaned up some items on his wish list that were on sale.
I synced it.
I know Travis was on with us, and I got on. I was like, "Who the hell added all these?" Like, started naming them off. Travis was like, "That was Christian, definitely Christian." It's like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If Ikaruga is in a list of games, you can know that was your boy. Yeah. Honestly, so a lot of those like were games that I had that I had purchased on the Xbox side that did not come to the PC side. Like they were stuck on the console, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna get these on Steam. So there it is. And what better time than autumn sale where Ikaruga, a game that I think is normally $10, is now $4. So there you go. If there was a better time, I don't know when it was. It was
Probably the fall sale, but this is the autumn sale's a good one too, or the winter sale. I mean.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This one ties into like the whole Black Friday thing. So this sale is usually pretty good, but either way. But yeah, so got those. And then the last game that I played is the one that Preston and I both played. So we got into some Sonic Crossworlds Racing.
Yeah.
And I'll just be the one to tell you, folks, game's great.
Good.
So good. And this is my hot take. Preston won't follow me. That's okay, because I know he still likes the game. I think this is better than Mario Kart. In every single form and fashion. It is refreshing to be able to play a game and then when you get into first, still be able to get items that are like I can shoot things backwards, I can do these things. Whereas in Mario Kart, it's like, great, are you in first? We'll be punishing you for being in first, and all you get is a coin item. That's it. That's all you're gonna get.
Take this banana.
Yeah, you can get fuck all else, and there's nothing you can do, right? They don't have that. There's not like any of these crazy sort of like comeback mechanics or anything like that. It's just a race, like you just do it. All of the zones are really cool so far. All the stages, are super cool. There is a veritable who is that of cast here, which is like, there's the ones that obviously, like, Sonic, Shadow, Metal Sonic, like Amy, Knuckles, like the ones that you're just like, oh yeah, I know who that is because I've been around video games my life. And then there's like some that you're like, who is this?
Characters from Frontiers in there that like okay.
Yeah, dude, and like the what was the one? There was what was the one that was that was made by one of the Uncharted people, and he had Nathan Drake's little fucking scarf or whatever.
Oh, I don't know his name. To be fair, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like
No, sorry, not the person, but I'm saying what was the game's name? It was Sonic.
Not that big.
I
Sonic
don't know.
guy. I like Mania. It's great. Sonic Mania is great.
Yeah, it is. It is good.
that.
Hold on, let me just look it up.
Yeah, there was some like villain characters in there that I have never seen or heard of. They were like really goofy looking. But then it shows DLC that's happening. And we got Joker this month. We got Ichiban next month after that. And then you have SpongeBob and Patrick are going to show up. You got some Minecraft people are going to show up. They're just kind of like out of left field. Like, I don't know why SpongeBob is here, but okay.
So there's characters. So Sonic Lost World is the one that I was thinking of. And then Sonic Boom is the other one. Sorry, Sonic Boom is the one I was thinking of. Rise of Lyric apparently is the subtitle there. Either way, there's characters from that game and like some of the baddies from that game that are in this thing, and you're just like, it'll even say like when you hover over them, and it's like first seen in Sonic Boom or whatever, and you're like, yo, wow,
Fill up that roster, dog.
And you go, and where would I see Sonic Boom again?
Yeah. But honestly, there's people who love those games, and so I'm sure seeing those characters was a massive pop off for them. But yes, I agree. And then also, to Preston's point, there's DLC characters that are like shown, and it's like, oh, we have Joker and Ichiban. You're like, great, Sega tie-ins, makes sense, cool, Sega Atlas, all this stuff. And then they're like, also, here's like 3 characters from the Minecraft series or whatever, and you're like, okay.
Gotta pay those bills somehow.
Well, no, but I was like, well, to be fair, Sega and Microsoft have a close relationship. That makes sense. They were able to make this happen. And then you see SpongeBob and Patrick, and I'm like, I don't
Kids
know.
like them? Younger
sure,
adults
but I'm just like,
are
but how
familiar
did you
with
get the
them?
rights, and why? And like, so there's that.
So I was telling Christian,
that's
I'm like, they Sega has had to have made like a SpongeBob game or something for Nickelodeon. Like somehow there's some weird connectivity to where like they made a phone game or some shit like that with SpongeBob.
Yeah, I just don't know how that entitles you to the rights of it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just like they asked. Yeah. So
That's one of those things
really
where
strange.
It's the how do we get the parents and the kids, right? Like maybe you'll get the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, it could be that it's just strange. You just boot it up and you're like, what the fuck?
All of those characters.
Is it a free game?
No. So the demo is out. It is a full $70 game if you want the whole thing. Which can be pricey, but hey, if you're looking at other kart racers, they're a little more expensive, like $80. Or if you need to get a system for it too, it's like $500. But either way. But no, I'm pretty sure, because I know Hatsune Miku was the first character they put in there as far as DLC character, and you got her for free immediately. So I'm assuming that all these DLC characters are just going to be free. It's just when they come out, you get them. You're done. Which I think is really cool. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I got 4 or 5 Grand Prix done. I can't remember how many I did last night, or which one I finished. And then you have like the smaller, like just pick a stage, or you got like 6v6 or 4v4 to where you and a couple other guys are attached by like a little line. The line doesn't do much other than tell you where your teammates are, but when you hit your teammates, when you bump up against them, it gives you a little bit of a boost, and it feels like a boost meter. So you're encouraged to kind of like tap your friends and tap your allies, so that way you can get like this hella cool boost like right towards the end. So that way one guy is hopefully not all the way in first place, but everyone else is kind of separated. You kind of want to stick together. But yeah, those are pretty fun. And we played a bunch of online. Online ran extremely well. So we had a lot of fun with that. And then I've been playing a little bit on Steam Deck here and there. Like I'm sitting down and watching something on YouTube. I'll also go through some Grand Prix just to get them out of the way. The graphical degradation is pretty evident, but it runs hella smooth. Like surprisingly enough, like it is well
which is
optimized
the important part
for Steam Deck. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. Because I'm like, whatever. I'm playing on Steam Deck. I don't really need to look, but on PC and I'm sure on consoles, the game looks incredible. The game looks really, really, really good. So, if you're looking for a kart racer, and you want to spend, a brand new, full-fledged pricing on a video game for it, it's totally worth it. If you're looking for a good kart racer and you don't want to spend $500 to get one on the other consoles.
Some of their marketing has been the old school, like, Sega does what Nintendo don't sort of thing, too.
Yeah. I've been doing that.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a blast, and all the modes that Preston and I played were super fun. And then we did some, like, a thing that I've never done in any other kart racer, but we went and, like, did, like, the actual just, like, fuck it, toss us in a lobby, let's play online. Like, we'll just play online with full other people.
It's fun.
And it's a blast.
It's a lot of fun.
Like, it's just fun. Like, and you're just like, yeah, this is great. Like I said, for me, it's completely better than any other, like, of the Mario Kart games that I've ever played. And so I know, you don't have to follow me. It's fine.
You can have your opinion. I'm not gonna say anything. We all got differences of opinion. I may not agree with that, but I think this is a very good kart racer. Yes.
Yeah. I have not enjoyed a Mario Kart game since back in the day when you had friends over and you were doing the, like, arena battles on 64 and you had like the 3 balloons.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like one of the best kart racers ever made.
No, it's not. And let me tell you why. Because from a casual,
come at me, bro. Jesus fucking Christ.
Casuals stand no chance in that game. Like, we got 8 when we bought a Switch, Ali's Switch. Actually, I think it came in like a bundle or something, or maybe mine. Either one. And, like, dude, from day one, it's nothing but killers online. People like know the jumps and the shortcuts.
Yeah, no.
And it's just like there's no fun to be had here with other people on this game.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't play online a whole lot with Mario Kart 8. It was more of a how great it plays, how good it looks. All the karts and tracks are coming back into it. You're just getting all the amalgamation of all the good stuff from Kart. I liked it a lot. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is one of the best kart racers ever made. That's my opinion.
Preston is just trying to keep getting it. He just wants the emails. Are you sure you don't want to buy a Switch too?
Give me a discount. I'll buy a Switch too. Nintendo, fuck off.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll quit talking. If you get us a Nintendo sponsorship, I'll quit talking shit on Nintendo. But otherwise,
well, the whole thing is that you gotta quit talking shit on Nintendo to get that sponsorship. So it's not gonna happen.
Not how it works, fam. I don't pander to you.
Nintendo's gonna look at you and go, "That's not how it works, fam." As well. So.
We don't pander to Nintendo
until they start paying you. Good to know, right? But yeah, that's your week.
We all have our number.
Yeah, we all do. Sometimes people's numbers is a lot smaller, Travis. But yeah.
Fact.
Yeah, that. Yes. Yes, that is it. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, okay. That's all I played.
So yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, very good. Playing more of my spoopy games, Soma. Part 2 is much scarier. Much scarier. Part 1, you got like one of those creepy robot dudes who's kind of like walking around, kind of scaring you.
You might see some clips coming out, by the way.
I see some clips. Yeah. I am currently working on an intro that, you know how when you get the last beats of the song, it's like dun 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 dun. It's like 4 good strong hits. I'm gonna try to make that towards me screaming 4 times during that time as well. So there's more than 4. There's more than 4.
There were 4 screams. Yeah. There were definitely at least 4.
I went back. There's a lot more than 4. But yes, there's a much scarier parts in part 2. So we're getting into it. Oddly enough, the whole underwater thing is not bothering me. So we're doing good on that. It's more of the whatever's chasing me that's fucking with me.
Yeah. So you thought I was screwing you, like, oh, you get a scary game that's underwater because I hate underwater? No,
you're gonna tell
I just wanted a proper scary
game. The fact that it was underwater
dude.
Was not a leading factor as to why you chose that.
Dude, fucking psychiatrist Alex over here being like,
right no, look on YouTube.
I was just doing exposure therapy for you.
No, I did not look. I did not look for an underwater scary game. I looked at the best scary games over the past 10 years. But I found one that took place underwater and chose it. So.
Yeah. So luckily the whole underwater thing's not bothering me so far. Well, who knows? Maybe we get in some deeper, darker waters and it starts fucking with me. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But right now they're just a mostly naked man with a weird glowing head that just appears out of nowhere sometimes and scares the fuck out of me. And I got a really weird way of like being jump scared because I'm also laughing it off, but also I just got over a cold, so there's also like a little kind of happening with me as well.
Yeah.
While I'm doing it, so be
One
prepared.
of my
if
favorite
weird
clips.
noises.
One of my favorite clips that I got, and I was on mobile, so I couldn't get them as perfectly as I wanted to, but one of the clips that I got was literally like when you first see this guy, you go like, "Wow!" You get jump, and you went, "He's naked."
Yeah. It's the funny part. Like, a lot of those jump scares, you see me, I get real scared, but then I go right back to straight face like immediately afterwards. So it's like, it gets me. It's gotten me. So we're gonna see how we got. We got about 1 or 2 more sessions in that with that. If we have extra time at the end of the month, I will look into some more spoopy games. I don't want to start Star Wars up until we're done with the spoopy month. So we'll see what we got. We'll see how much time we have left and what games I can play.
Not for nothing,
choosing these
Preston.
games. I'm choosing these games.
There's a really highly rated horror game on Family Share right now, Silent Hill F, that you could play.
That was been brought up by Christian. The whole thing is I don't want to start playing that and then stop playing it once November hits. So
Don't.
It's a longer game. I'm telling you what I'm doing right now is that I'm playing spooky games for October and I'm stopping because I want to play Star Wars games again when November comes. So, yeah, so it's almost good, fun, scary game. Also, I played one other demo. Also, you guys are interested in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? There is a demo out on PC. I know that for a fact. I'm not sure about consoles, but it is out there, so you can try it out if you want. And then I played another demo. Marvel Cosmic Invasion put out a demo. I know it's at least on Steam. This is the
What is that one?
Marvel superhero beat 'em up. Made by
yeah.
the same people who did Shredder's Revenge for Ninja Turtles. So
Yep.
it's made very well,
Great.
but it's also a tag beat 'em up. So you get
Yeah.
to choose 2 characters.
A lot of tag mechanics coming around.
There's tag.
Wait, is
no,
it-
just freaking beat 'em up. It's a great idea.
And there's 2 Marvel tag games. Yeah?
Tokon is coming out
Yeah.
next year. Cosmic Invasion is supposed to come out this year. We'll see how that date lands. They haven't gotten a full release date, I don't think, yet. But it's a lot of fun. You pretty much get to play like the first area level, or a area level. I fucked around with the 2 characters I got was Wolverine, and then I did Rocket Raccoon. That was a lot of fun. So Wolverine does what you expect he'd do. Jumps around, grabs him with the Wolverine Berserk mode. And then you got Rocket, who's a little more ranged, throws grenades around, and has a whole lot of fun with gadgets and stuff like that and devices. So that was a lot of fun to play. I did enjoy that quite a lot. I can't wait for it to come out with a full roster. It's going to be a good time. So if you're looking into that, and if you're curious about it at all, there's a demo up on Steam. I'm sure it's a demo on other consoles as well. And then that's all the games that I played. Yes. One show we can talk about. My Hero Academia has started up its final season. As of this recording, there's 1 episode out. It starts off hella strong. So I'm very excited to get into this and just finish up the series. I think this is the 8th or 9th season of My Hero. I could be wrong.
Is it that many?
There's a good
I
handful.
can't remember.
Yeah. But this is the final season. It's called the final season. So it's
Hey, I'm caught up now, boys. I can watch along
Yeah.
with you. How about that?
I
This is
am nervously optimistic for this because I want to see it for myself. I don't know what happens. I have heard from people who have
manga.
because the manga finished last year.
Yeah.
And
happy.
they were not pleased.
It's
at all.
hard to finish.
It's hard, though,
a
'cause
story
sometimes-
that you go that goes that long.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But
We've seen it with a bunch of
It
manga.
is. But it also just depends, right? Because there's some times where, I know, for example, a show that Preston and I both love, with our whole hearts, Samurai Champloo, there was people who did not like the ambiguousness of that ending, right? I think it's fucking,
Right. Wonderful. Incredible.
right.
10 out of 10.
So there's times like that where you're like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I'm glad I didn't listen. I just, I'm glad I went to go check it out for myself. There's other times, like a show like Alex and I liked for a really long time with Attack on Titan, where then people came and talked about that ending, and you went, oh, God, no, you're right, that's bad. Yeah, it's real fucking bad. Yeah, that's bad.
I think there's a difference, though, with specifically that one, where Japanese people came out and were like, hey, rest of world, we've known this guy has weird political leanings for, a long time. It just never made it to all of you until now. And then you're like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, you should have said something.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah. But that's what I mean. So it's just hard because, one, having a show go on for a very long time is hard, which is why, Alex, I think it's hilarious that you've picked up One Piece because you'll die before that show ends.
But that's the great part about it. You'll never be let down
end.
as far as the ending. Yeah.
Yep, sure. But yeah, so it's stuff like that. So I'm optimistic because I've liked it enough up to this point. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to have it be done though, because thank God they're not doing it. Like, I don't know how many seasons it's at, but if they were to be like, okay, we're gonna do fucking 15, it needs to stop. Yeah,
especially since it's been like most. I mean, you have villains that interweave in between the seasons, but this is the same main villain that we've had from the main first season. And it's just like, good God, you have to stop. You have to end somewhere. Make a decision. Make a writing decision and stop it. But yeah, that's my week though. That's all I got for you.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, a little bit longer one coming at you this week. Don't forget to check in later this week as we dive into part 2 of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. So we'll continue on with Christian's pick there. And we have a lot to talk about in that one, so don't forget to check it out. And then, of course, check out Preston for his Spoopy Sundays right now. Yeah. And we'll be back at you next week. With that, Preston, you know what to do.
Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.